Sorry it's been so long since I've made a video, but in this video I decided I'd show you guys how to script a basic punching combat system. And of course, as usual, to start, go to Server Script Service in Explorer, right click on it, insert object, and insert a server script. I'm just going to call mine combat. Okay, now insert into this a local script. Okay, in this local script, I'm just going to get some variables real quick. Now, with this script, I'm probably gonna want it to punch whenever you click, like with the left mouse button. So I'm gonna do local mouse is equal to player get mouse. So that way I can use this right here in order to see when the player clicks. Capitalize that. Okay, so the reason I'm adding this in here is basically this right here, this line right here is referencing this in here. And basically the reason I want to do that is because I'm going to have a remote event in here, and this remote event is going to allow this script and this script to kind of communicate with each other. So with this script, I'm going to track whenever the player clicks. And then this script is then going to tell this script that the player has clicked, and this script is going to do the rest of the work and stuff. Except this script will do the animations, but yeah, we'll get to that later. And anyway, yeah, that's why I'm adding that. Should name that. Now, local and equal to okay. Now, okay. So now, assuming I typed this right, I don't know if this is the right one, but it's something like this. Anyway, then this should just, whenever the player clicks, just with the left mouse button, then it should trigger whatever happens in here. I'm also going to put something up here so I can add animations later on. And for this script, I'm probably going to, for these scripts, I'm probably going to make so there's multiple animations, and it just goes through each one. So I'll show you guys how to do that. But first of all, over here, I'm gonna create the animations, and I'll actually make the animations later with a dummy later on. But for now, I'm just gonna add to the script so I can just add the ID whenever I'm done. Okay, local punch 1 is equal to animation. Might go here. Char. So this right here, this line, without that, this line right here creates a new animation inside of the humanoid, so we can access it later. And then I'm gonna go punch 1 animation ID is equal to ID. And right here in this blank spot is where we're going to put the ID when we make the animation and when we upload the animation. And now go loaded 1. Wait, no, punch 2 humanoid. Okay. now, so there we go. So that's the first animation, except without the ID. But basically, now we're just going to copy this, and then probably going to do 4 animations in total. Now we just change all the numbers, you know. We'll change the IDs too later on. Okay. Now we got all that. Okay, brain fart. Okay, sorry about that. I just forgot what I was doing for a second there. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a punch function. And basically, to do that, we'll function punch. Now we can just put whatever we want to happen whenever we want to use this function. And in here, I'm going to put count. Well, wait. I can just go like this. And this count variable right here, what this is here for is just basically to set, it's basically to keep track of which animation it's going to play. So first of all, the count's going to be 1. Then when you punch, then the count is going to change to 2, so the next time you punch, it'll play a different animation. It'll just do that until it gets up to 4, then it'll go back to 1. So it'll just repeat this. If you want, you can like randomize. You could do count is equal to, like in this thing, you could do count equal to math.random 1, 4, and that way like it would just play like a random one of the animations. But I kind of like to have it like in a specific order, because sometimes my punch animations might like kind of look better in a certain order than maybe just random. But anyway, yeah, that's what I like to do. Anyway, so with punch, I'm gonna do, if I can remember what we're gonna do. First of all, you're gonna wanna if count is equal to 1, and also if count is equal to 2. Okay. Now, right here, I'm going to make so count equal to count plus 1, except only one of those. Right here, I'm going to change count plus 1 to just 1, so it can restart afterwards. Okay. Now, 1. Oh, I forgot something. Wait. Okay. Punch 1. Wait. Is equal to. Oh, I won't put that yet. So basically, what I'm doing right now, when I'm doing the punch 1 wait and stuff, basically I'm just going to take the length of the animation and put it as the cooldown. So like you can't like spam it and like punch again before the first animation is even finished, you know? But I'm going to add what these are equal to later because I haven't made the animations yet. Okay. Now, punch 1. Wait. What am I doing? Wait. There we go. That's more like it. Punch 1. This makes so the animation stops after a certain amount of time as well. Okay. And for now, I'm not going to add where it links to this script. I'm going to do that after I get this for all of them. So now, I'm going to change the numbers. Okay. And now, just to test this, and you can put print 1, print 2, print 3, and print 4. So that way I can just see if it actually works. But before I do that, I'm going to gotta add it in here. Okay. Okay, so now if I click, nothing happens. Let's go. Oh, I know why. Okay, that's a very simple mistake. So basically, I forgot to make so this script gives this script to the character. So basically what you do, if you go into the server script, and you do game.players.player added connect. Basically what this is doing, it's making so like whenever there's a new player that joins the game, this is something that's gonna be ran. Like everything in here will be ran. So here. Actually, I don't think I need that. Wait, yeah, I will. So charge equal to player.character. Might want to do player.character added. Okay. So now, this right here, just look at it again. This runs everything in here whenever a new player joins the game. Then this runs everything in here whenever that new player has their character loaded in. So if they die, then it'll add the script in again, once they respawn. Anyway. Okay. So now this is pretty simple. Basically, it creates a clone of this local script and puts it into the character. So now when we join, we get an error. Anyway, not the point. We join and we look over here. You now see, you can see this. It's now in the character. Now, okay, one second. I'm gonna figure this out real quick. Okay, so it turns out I messed up my recording, and a lot of it. Well, I don't think it was a lot of it, but a bit of it got cut out. And basically, when I said I'm gonna figure this out right here, basically the issue was I used mouse button 1 click when really it's supposed to be button 1 down. And yeah, just change that to that, and yeah. But now I'm gonna start working on the animations for the punching. Okay, so now that we're finished with the animations, in case you couldn't see, I put the IDs in here. If you didn't see how I got them, basically, when I'm uploading them, let me pull out another dummy. So, say I was like using my Moon Animator plugin. You don't have to be using this plugin for it to work. You can do it with really anything. Alright, so I export it. It puts it over here. I click save to Roblox, and then when I save it over here, when I save it over here, you see like it pops this thing up. So I just copied this in case you didn't notice what I did there. But anyway, so that's how you get your IDs, or you can go like into your the whatever it's called and like copy the ID from the link. But anyway, yeah. So I put those in, and I put these in like the times for that, like how long it takes for each animation. And so far, this is looking pretty good. I can punch, and well, it works. So yeah, I mean, it doesn't damage yet. I'm gonna do that in here. That's where all the damage goes. But another thing I also changed, if you notice this thing, DB. So DB, I just put that, and it stands for debounce. I'm not entirely sure the dictionary definition of debounce, but basically the reason I put this here is to make so like alright, so basically to demonstrate, I'll just remove this. I'll just remove all of it from the script. Okay. Now, when I try to like, I can do it. Okay, maybe not anymore. But like, it just like I can spam it. It lets me like do the next punch before the animation is finished running. You know. Let me load it up again so I can kind of demonstrate. So like, you do a little punch. You do another punch, then you can just punch. It like ruins it, makes it weird. You can spam it, and we don't really want it like that because then it doesn't really make any sense. So basically, in order to fix that, I add this thing, and how it works is so I go over here to my variables. I add a variable called local db, and I make a false boolean. So basically, it just means it's false. And right here, I put if do then return end. This is basically a shortened version of this. So to go like that. It's basically a shortened version of that. It's the same thing. It's just on one line instead of like across 3 lines. So basically what this does is if db is equal to true instead of false, then it returns. So basically what I mean by return is it just ends the script. It just stops. So basically that makes it like when I like, okay, so I click db is equal to true. Whenever I click, db is set to true. Then db is not set to false until like that punch is finished. So then when I'm like trying to punch again while the first punch is still going, then it goes over here. It says if db then return end. db is equal to true because I'm still punching. So then like it doesn't let me like just spam it. Anyway, now it's time for the damage. The damage is a little bit trickier because it takes a bit of work to get it working smoothly. But anyway, what I'm gonna do, probably gonna go over here. Okay, so we'll go. I'm gonna create some I'm gonna create some tables. This one's setting for the right arm, and it's going to be char dot right. And go. And I'm going to get all the parts of the character. Did I get those names right? Yeah, I got the names right. Okay. So this table right here has all the parts of the right arm. And those are all the parts I'm going to use to like figure out the collisions to like know when to damage and when not to. So basically, to put it simply, those are the parts that are going to hit the player, and these are the parts that are going to damage the player. These three parts are here. So if those parts touch the player, then the player is damaged. And I'm going to do that for the other arm too. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I have both the arms right there. Now, I'm going to go here. I'm going to go here and copy this. In order for remote events to work right here, in order for them to work, you need to have the variable for the event in both of the scripts. So I can go over here, right here. So now I have that right there. And then, so in the local script, I'm going to put for it to do this. See, So I'm going to put the it is the event. I'm going to put for it to fire the server. So you type that, and this right here, this triggers something called on server event. So now, whenever this line of code is ran, then it triggers this function right here. So anyway, then right here in the parameters, you're going to want to put player, because since it's firing from local to server, then it automatically puts player as the first parameter, so that way the server script can know what player is firing the script. Anyway, so now you're going to want some more variables though. The event fire server. I want to do put the body parts we want to use, and I guess the damage, probably like 5 damage. Okay, there might be more I need, but I'll figure that out later. Okay, and then just put this on all the animations, all the different punches. But like, make sure you have the right body parts, because if you have like the wrong body part, if your punch animation uses the right arm, but then like you put like the left arm, then it won't actually hurt them unless the left arm touches them, rather than the right arm, which is the one punching. So you want to make sure you change those to the right ones. Okay. Okay. Right. So, yeah, damage, oh, damage, there we go. Now, let me figure this out again, because how I like to do this, to make it like nice and smooth, is kind of complicated, so I'm just going to re-look at some of my scripts to figure it out again, so I'm not like taking super long with it. Okay, so here I'm in a script I have for my own game I'm making, and this isn't like the actual server script for the melee. This is, but like this is like this script. It goes to this script and it does this thing. So this is right here is what I'm looking for, because it's not like what I'm going to show you guys isn't going to look exactly like this, but it's going to be similar. So to start off, we're going to want to go over here, punch event, answer, okay, so for item would be there's Okay, so what this does is it repeats this for every member of the body part table. So basically, like, if there's, like, in the body part table, there's going to be 3 parts, because it's either the right or the left arm. So there's going to be the hand, the lower, and the upper arm. So what this is going to do is it's going to go through it once with the V equaling, like, say, the right hand. And then afterwards, after it's going through it with the V equaling the right hand, it's going to go through it again with the V equaling, say, like, the lower right arm or whatever. And it's just going to do that until it gets through all of these. Anyway, the reason we want to do that is to make sure it's not just like one part that determines whether or not you hit. So, like, brain fart. But it just makes it like you have a higher chance of hitting people. You know, you could just do like right hand and nothing else, but I like to do the whole arm. Anyway, so then V connect. So basically, this references the V. So basically, it's whatever part it's doing right now. So v.touch connect function, and then hit as one of the things in there. So the reason we put hit here is because hit represents whatever is, because this right here, this tracks whenever something touches a certain part. So v.touch makes it like whenever something touches a part, this happens right here. So, and this is basically the part that touches the part. So that's how we determine who to damage. Anyway, so wait, I guess first. Wait. Okay, so what this does, make sure, because like there is a chance that you can punch, then say your arm hits like just the wall or something instead of an actual person. Like this right here, this checks to make sure it's an actual person by saying, okay, if hit.parent, so basically like if you hit them, your chances are you're gonna hit like their arm or their torso or something rather than like their actual character. So if we look at this for example, say you hit like the left upper leg. I don't know how you do that, but say you did, and then it would do hit.parent, and then afterwards it checks for a humanoid. If there's a humanoid, which there is, then it would do damage. Well, it would do whatever is in here anyway. Okay, now let me look over here. Yes, okay. So, now, we're going to want to create a few variables to kind of like help prevent some bugs. Actually, I'll do that afterwards, because that's where it gets complicated. The actual like damaging isn't very complicated. It's just making it like not have bugs is what's complicated. Okay. Humanoid. So, damage. So this it's pretty simple. I mean, there's a lot of stuff up here, but once you get past this, then the rest is just pretty simple. But this is going to change a lot once we start realizing all the bugs that it comes with. Because like what this does, let me just demonstrate on this done right here. So there are a few bugs with it. I mean, it does damage, but it doesn't do damage very well, kind of. I don't know how to explain it. But so I walk up to this dummy, and he gets hit when I didn't even punch him. But like the reason for that is because I can like let me get another dummy so you can actually see when they're hit or not. Well, I guess that doesn't really work very well. Humanoid. Okay. So now, I don't think it healed. Why didn't it heal? Oh, that's it. Oh, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. There we go. Okay. So now, if you see, like, I can punch him, it works. But notice, like, it kind of goes down multiple times, and like it keeps going down. Even like just like one of my body parts touch him, it just keeps going down. So like it doesn't really work right. Like you just instantly kill everything pretty much, and it doesn't really work very well. And one way, there are multiple bugs with this, with just doing this, and that's why it's so complicated to do this part. But anyway, one of the first things you want to do is local. You want to create a variable that determines whether or not like you're actually able to damage the person, you know. So like, let me put this here. Nope. And already it's fixing a lot of the bugs right here. So now if we start it again, so then I punch, maybe. Wait a minute, something's off here. Why is it not working? Let me just test it again. Oh, there we go, now it's damaging. Not sure why it's being a little weird. Oh wait, maybe just because I'm not doing very much damage or something. I don't know, but you can already see that it's not like instantly killing him. But there are still bugs, because like if I just punch the air a bunch, if I just punch over and over and over against the air, then I walk into him and then suddenly he's just dead. And there's another way to fix that. So to do that, I'm going to do local time 1 is equal to os.time in parentheses. So basically what this means, so os.time is basically how much time has passed since a certain like fixed point that like, I don't know when it was, but it was at some point way in the past, but it's a certain fixed point. And it doesn't change. Well, that's what I mean by fixed. So like if you do like wait 1 and local time 2, then time 2 is going to be 1 second greater than time 1, because os.time, like the time that like is a certain amount of time since a certain point, and that certain point never changes. So I mean that makes it like you can do like and like time 2 minus time 1, and that would give you like the distance between the two times. So we can use something like this to fix our issue, because the reason it like damaged, like it just instant killed him after we punched the air a bunch, is because every time we punch, this whole thing right here, this doesn't stop. Like it's basically waiting for you to touch the humanoid. Like it's basically waiting for you to touch the person before it like stops like letting you actually hit them, you know? So like it's basically like, so every punch is waiting for you to hit the person. So like if you do a bunch of punches that don't hit their target, then it just simply just like stacks them all up, and then just all at once. Once you touch them, and just bam, it kills them. And that's the issue. So in order to fix that, we want to go up here and we want to do local time 2 is equal to os.time, Oh wait. Yeah, that's good. Okay. I'm confusing myself. 1 second. Okay. Now, if so basically what this does is it so we have this is the time when the server script was first fired. So that's what this is. Then if we go through here, this is the time that you first touched that you actually like touch like the player like that you're trying to hit. So like then right here we're checking if like the distance between those times is greater than like how long it should be. So this is the animation length. That's why I put that specific number there. So this will check like if it's been like too long to like actually still do damage or not, basically. And in here we're gonna want to put return, kind of like we did up here, where we put then return end. We're gonna do that same sort of thing, but in here. But we're also gonna change this up a little bit. Where it says v.touched, I'm gonna put connection is equal to v.touched. It's gonna show a little bit of orange, but it'll go away once you start doing something else later on. It's basically saying that it wants to be a local variable since there's nothing else really using it. Actually, I think I probably could make it a local variable and it'll still work. But anyway, so this right here, it basically turns this event into a variable. And by doing that, it allows you to just like disconnect this. It allows you to make so this just stops like running. Because right now, without all this, like it just runs forever. And that can cause a lot of lag and cause a lot of issues in different scenarios. But basically, in order to disconnect it, like when you want to disconnect it, you do connection disconnect. Simple as that. Yeah, okay. I need to put this as a global variable. Anyway, yeah. So then it checks if the time is greater than the time that you want to wait. And if it is, then it just disconnects and it just ignores all this. Then also, another thing we're going to do, wait, never mind. Damageable is equal to false. Connection. I think that's what I did over here. I think so, yeah. Yeah, okay. So what this does is basically just make so at the end of it all, once you hit them, then it disconnects it again. So you can't like it just reduces lag. That's all it really does. Because like if you don't put this in here, then it's just gonna constantly like add up, and there's gonna be like a billion of these running all at once for like no reason. It's not even gonna do anything. So it's just gonna like lag the game. So that's why you won't put that there. Anyway, so now I believe it should be a bit better now. So if I punch him, it does nothing. I'm not sure why it does nothing, but it does nothing. This is called debugging right here. It's a skill you learn as a programmer. Okay, I think I got it to work now. Okay, so basically what I did, I'm not sure if this really did much, but it's important to put this here anyway, because this can probably lead to a few bugs if you don't. Basically, so you see, like, it does all this stuff. Then you want to make sure it checks the thing that you're hitting is not yourself. So, like, you don't damage yourself, you know? Because, I mean, the touched event thing, you can hit yourself with the touched event. And, what else did I do? I think, oh yeah, wait, no. I don't know what else I did. Oh yeah, right. So right here, this says 0.75. I think there's a little bit of lag in between it, like this and like firing over to this and stuff. So you want to put this. I think you want to put this higher than how long you have, like how long it takes for like the animations to go. But just don't put it like longer than 2 seconds really, unless the animation is really long. Don't put it longer than like 2 seconds. Just make it a bit longer than your actual animation, and it should work pretty much fine. But yeah, that's about it. That's about it for this scripting tutorial. Have a good day.